Imagine being confronted by the god of death himself, standing between you and the love of your life. What would you do? In the ancient legend of Savitri and Satyavan, an extraordinary woman faces this exact moment, defying fate itself. This isn't just a tale of life and death. It's a gripping story of unwavering love, determination, and the power of human will to bend even the forces of nature. As Satyavan's foretold death approaches, Savitri's world begins to unravel. Yet, her resolve never falters. When Yama, the god of death, arrives to claim her husband, Savitri does something unthinkable. She follows him. In a dramatic standoff, she walks side by side with Yama, using wit and courage to engage him in a battle of words. Her devotion and intelligence compel Yama to offer her boons, but her ultimate goal remains the life of her husband. This isn't just another myth. It's a story that captivates with its emotional depth, surprising twists, and moments of breathtaking tension. Savitri's journey through the realms of life and death reminds us that love can conquer the darkest of fates, even when faced with the impossible. Get ready to explore one of Indian mythology's most heart-stopping and inspiring tales. Savitri, the beloved daughter of King Ashwapati, made a bold choice when she selected Satyavan as her husband. Despite a grim prophecy that foretold his death within a year, her love for him was unwavering. She knew what fate had in store, but Savitri was not one to back down from the impossible. Instead, she steeled herself for the inevitable, vowing to face the challenge head-on. As the days passed, Satyavan's health began to decline, and the weight of the prophecy grew heavier. It became clear that the moment of reckoning was fast approaching. The world around her seemed to darken, but Savitri's resolve remained unshaken. She knew what was coming, yet she refused to surrender to despair. Death loomed ever closer, but her love and determination burned brighter. The day of destiny arrived sooner than she could have expected, and as Satyavan's strength faded, Savitri's courage only grew. In the face of an unavoidable fate, she was prepared to confront even the god of death himself. The story of Savitri and Satyavan is not just one of love and loss. It's about standing firm against the tide of destiny, driven by a love that refuses to yield. As Satyavan took his final breath, Yama, the formidable god of death, arrived to claim his soul. But Savitri, his devoted wife, refused to surrender the love of her life without a battle. In an act of pure defiance, she boldly followed Yama into the shadows, determined to bring her husband back from the grip of death itself. Her heart was filled with courage, yet what could a mere mortal do against the inevitable power of Yama? Unfazed, Savitri embarked on this perilous journey into the unknown, her love and determination lighting her path through the darkness. With every step, the distance between life and death grew wider, but so did her resolve. Savitri wasn't just challenging fate, she was challenging a god. Her bravery was nothing short of legendary, but the odds were insurmountable. How could one mortal woman, no matter how fearless, alter the course of death itself? The underworld awaited, and the true test of Savitri's strength had only just begun. The stakes were no longer just life or death. It was a battle against the very forces of the universe. Savitri's unwavering determination caught the attention of Yama, the god of death, who allowed her to walk alongside him. He warned her that her efforts were in vain. No mortal could defy death's decree. But Savitri was far from discouraged. With calm grace and a sharp mind, she engaged Yama in conversation, delving into profound topics of life, death, and the very essence of existence itself. Her words were not just those of a grieving wife, but of a woman who understood the delicate balance of the universe. Impressed by her wisdom and relentless resolve, Yama, though bound by his duty, granted her a boon, anything she desired except the return of Satyavan's life. Savitri, ever resourceful, seized the opportunity. She requested the health and prosperity of her in-laws and a bright future for herself. It was a clever move, but Savitri's strategy didn't end there. She had laid the groundwork for something much bigger, and her ultimate goal was far from out of reach. The god of death may have thought he held all the cards, but Savitri's plan was just beginning to unfold. Yama granted Savitri her first boon, but she was far from finished. With every step they took, she continued to engage him in conversation, her words weaving through the layers of life and fate. Savitri skillfully maneuvered around Yama's offers, accepting each boon he gave while never losing sight of her true aim. She pressed forward, her determination unwavering, as she asked for blessings for her family and her future. But Savitri saved her most powerful request for last. With her final boon, she asked for children, sons who would carry on her legacy, born of her union with Satyavan. Yama suddenly realized the trap he had walked into. How could Savitri bear children without her husband's life? He, the god of death, was bound by his own promises. Caught in a dilemma, Yama had no choice but to concede. With no way out, he returned Satyavan's life to Savitri, impressed by her intelligence and relentless devotion. Through her wit and perseverance, she had defied even the god of death, reclaiming her husband from the grasp of fate itself. In a moment of divine intervention, Yama finally relented to Savitri's unshakable resolve and restored Satyavan to life. The impossible had been made possible. Savitri, through her sheer love, loyalty, and cleverness, had outwitted the god of death himself. What began as a journey of grief and loss transformed into one of hope and triumph. Yet her victory was not just about bringing Satyavan back from the clutches of death. It was the triumph of human will over fate itself. Savitri's relentless determination had defied even the most unchangeable force, proving that love and persistence could conquer the impossible. Her journey was now complete, but the impact of her actions echoed far beyond the return of her husband. In this tale of devotion and strength, Savitri emerged as a symbol of unwavering courage, showing that even the forces of destiny can bend when faced with the unbreakable spirit of the human heart. With Satyavan restored to life, Savitri and her beloved returned home, their bond now stronger than ever. Her unwavering devotion had not only saved her husband from the clutches of death, but had also brought peace and joy to her entire family. Even the gods who had watched from above were moved by the strength and courage of a mere mortal. Savitri's journey wasn't just a victory over death, it was a testament to the unshakable power of love and perseverance. The gods had witnessed something truly extraordinary. A mortal, through sheer willpower and devotion, had defied fate itself. Savitri's courage and resolve had bridged the gap between life and death, showing that the human spirit, when driven by love, can accomplish the impossible. Her story became more than just legend. It became an inspiration, a shining example of how even the most unrelenting forces can be overcome by a heart that refuses to give up. Savitri's story stands as one of the most enduring and powerful tales of love and loyalty in Indian mythology. Her unyielding determination and cleverness show that even the mightiest forces, like death itself, can be confronted when the heart is unwavering. Savitri didn't just defy fate, she transformed it, proving that strength isn't just about physical power, but the resilience of spirit and the depth of devotion. As we reflect on this timeless legend, we realize that some stories are more than just myth. They resonate across time, inspiring generations with their message. Savitri's journey teaches us that love knows no boundaries. And when paired with intelligence and courage, it can conquer even the most insurmountable odds. Her tale continues to challenge us, elevate us, and remind us that true devotion has the power to reshape destiny itself.